El principal problema en Colombia.
An assassination attempt that has rocked the country of Colombia.
Colombian officials say they have arrested a 15-year-old boy in connection with the shooting.
Para orar por la vida de Miguel.
This week, Colombia came face to face with its past, and maybe our future. Senator Miguel Uribe Turbay, a presidential candidate and vocal critic of the current government, was shot in the head at point-blank range by a 15-year-old assassin. He survived, but the real question isn't who pulled the trigger, it's how the hell it was allowed to happen. As someone who's worked in close protection, I'm going to walk you through how this is a textbook example of everything going wrong, from perimeter to protocol. But more importantly, I'll show you how this has everything to do with Britain's own ticking time bomb. Nice crime, gang recruitment, border failures, and the question no one wants to ask. What happens when our youth start carrying guns instead of blades? Now, let's take a look at some of the footage out there. Right, let's just have a quick butcher's at where this bloke is, right? He's there. There's a massive crowd around him, okay? He's got a little bit of high ground, which could possibly contain somebody who could give him a bit of an overwatch. He's got nobody next to him. He's got the tree that could potentially be used as cover, but he wouldn't be thinking that way himself. But his team certainly should be. And they weren't. Where are they? There's nobody there. There's nobody within touching distance, grabbing distance, pulling him out the way distance. And there's certainly nobody I can see there who's got his back.
Personas en situación de discapacidad reciban la salud que corresponde, pero ojo, no todas las discapacidades son iguales ni limitantes. Así que.
And the other thing is as well here, right? Everybody loses their peripheral because all they're doing is this and looking at their screen. They're not looking at the peripheral. They're staring down that. So they only get that, all right? So anybody who was there who might likely be able to see the attacker coming in and possibly do something themselves has already lost that option because they're staring into their fucking phone.
Tenemos que promover que quien pueda trabajar lo haga en el.
Look at them. 1, 2, 3. Possibly him, but he's too far out of the way. None of them are looking at anything else other than their screens.
Marco de la discapacidad que tiene.
That one's looking in the sky.
Segundo.
Double handy that one, wasn't it?
Salud mental. El principal problema en Colombia.
And there you go. Most of those people have got no idea where that's come from. It's an out of the blue, complete and utter chaotic attack. Here you go. We come outside again, and again, chaos. Absolute chaos. What are people doing? Where are they going? How are they acting? What are they seeing? It's just absolute. It's a mess. For this guy's team, again, what did they do? Where were they? What was their reaction? What was their default setting? Where should they have been? What was they going to do? What were their actions on? It's taken the local uniformed police to step in here. It should never have gone that far with a man of this stature. I mean, it looks to me at this stage of the campaign, they didn't have a team at all. Suicidal, almost. There you go. I mean, it's been completely overrun by the local authorities there, so he's going to be scraped up, bundled into an ambulance, and off he goes. Let's just think about how this 15-year-old would have gone about his business for a minute, right? He must have known where it was going to happen. He certainly knew who he was going after. He would have probably have recce'd it. He definitely arrived on target with an intent. Who briefed him? Who was it? Was he working on his own? Did a 15-year-old just take a dislike to a politician, or did somebody put him up to it? Just snappy little ambulance, isn't it? So as you can see there's no security detail whatsoever.
Tributes are being paid to the schoolboy at the centre of a murder investigation in North Manchester.
Right, let's have a look at the sort of stuff that's going on in our country, shall we?
Ibrahima Sek, 14, was killed in a stabbing in New Moston on Sunday, June 8th. Emergency services were called out to Nevin Road at around 5 p.m. following reports of a serious assault. Greater Manchester.
All right, he's not a politician, okay? But somebody has tipped up there with the intent of killing somebody and killed him with whatever they could get their hands on. In this case, it's a knife.
He said the victim had suffered stab wounds. He was rushed to hospital but tragically died, despite the best efforts of emergency services, including an air ambulance team. Investigations into Ibrahima's death are ongoing, with the cordon remaining in place outside the nearby Fairway Inn on Broadway on Monday, June 9th.
I mean, unfortunately, this is not an isolated incident either. There's lots of this stuff going on. If we peel back the layers, there's a whole heap of it going on.
Witness
and for lots of different reasons too.
Described seeing Ibrahima run for help towards Nevin Road on Sunday evening before locals rushed to his aid.
And let's not forget, these are minors doing this. These are minors. These are under the age of 16. All right.
Flowers have been left for Ibrahima, while a photo of him has been posted at the scene. 2 boys, aged 14 and 16, were arrested on suspicion of murder. A 14-year-old girl and a 37-year-old woman were arrested on suspicion of assisting an offender. Anyone with information is asked to come forward. Follow for more.
Okay, we've just seen what the press is showing. But what they're not saying is this. This wasn't just a kid with a gun. This was a systematic collapse of security and tactical warning to any Western democracy with weak borders and youth violence problems. Let me spell it out. The failures. Number 1, perimeter control, non-existent. Where was the crowd zoning? Who vetted the attendees? A 15-year-old gets within point-blank range? That's not bad luck. That's incompetence. Number 2, movement discipline. The VIP is stationary. He's exposed, giving a speech in an open park. No cover, no vehicle to hide behind, no rapid exfil plan. That's a PR event, not a secure one. Number 3, threat modelling. Here's where they really screwed it. They didn't plan for a teenage shooter. No CP team I've ever worked with that switched on would ignore that threat vector in 2025. Kids are being used as mules, muscle, and murderers worldwide. So why should it be any different any other day? Number 4, weapon provenance. A Glock-style 9mm, legally bought in Arizona. Think that doesn't matter? It does when you realise that global trafficking routes don't just move drugs. They move weapons too. We've got 15-year-olds in the UK stabbing each other outside chicken shops daily, right? I've seen the devastation that this causes. I've known people who've been stabbed. When I boxed out of the Peacock, a young lad was not just stabbed, he was scythed with a blade about that big. It took off his entire tricep. Now imagine if the people that did this had access to firearms. This Colombian shooting isn't a one-off, it's a proof of concept. Teen killers, disposable assassins. And if you think that couldn't be imported into Britain, you're not paying attention, are you? We've already lost MPs to a lone wolf attack, and that was with knives. If gangs or any of these other ideologists get creative, you know where this could go. It's only a matter of time before we see something similar on British soil. This isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition. And if you want to hear the conversations, which we obviously aren't going to discuss on this side of the fence, then join our membership for just 16 pence a day on Forcetv Plus, and you'll get the full lot.